Hey, do you like cozy games? Are you a coffee lover? Do you find yourself endlessly scrolling through TikTok watching that secret Starbucks recipe? I know I do. We all love a good bean juice.
Well, sit back, relax, and grab a cup of coffee because I've got just a game for you, and it's called Coffeetalk. Coffeetalk is not your average game. It's actually a very cozy conversational game that kind of lets you get immersed in this weird, magical, post-racial world. When I say post-racial world, I mean you get to serve coffee to a bunch of weird creatures like vampires, goblins, elves, and this guy over here. So here's the premise of this game. You basically play as a barista and you're the owner of this coffee shop. But here's the catch. Your coffee shop, unlike any other coffee shops, opens late at night. I mean, just imagine a bar, but without the booze. Because your coffee shop opens late at night, you basically encounter a lot of weird creatures, and each one of them are kind of unique, and you get to know a little bit of their backstory. Sometimes they even disclose some pretty disturbing information about themselves. Like this one guy who came in and basically ordered a coffee while telling me that he loves BDSM. So the customers basically comes in, sits in front of you, talk to you about what's going on in their lives, and then eventually you get to befriend them, and as you get to know them, you kind of get an idea of what kind of coffee or tea they like or their preference. And it's up to you, the player, to kind of work with the ingredients that you think that person might like, and that's basically how the whole coffee making works in this game. So the process of this game is actually less involved than you think. The most that you do is kind of like memorize just a bunch of ingredients once you get to know your customers. And the way you make a drink is you basically just pick a base. If the customer loves coffee, you pick a coffee. If they like non-caffeinated drinks, you pick milk, tea. And that's basically the extent of how you're able to control the game. Sometimes a customer might actually just come in and ask for your recommendation. So from there, you kind of just like have to make up a bunch of ingredients that you think they might like. And if you're like me and you find someone being rude to you, you might want to change the recipe and give them the complete opposite of what they asked for. I served the cat lady who came in one day and asked for a cup of milk. Instead of serving her a cup of milk, I basically gave her 3 shots of espresso, because who the fuck comes into a coffee shop and orders a cup of milk? You have to be a fucking psycho. So don't worry if you're not good at memorizing stuff. The game actually provides this coffee app called Brewpad app, and it basically tells you all the ingredients that you need in order to make a cup of coffee. The game also allows you to make latte art. This actually initially what drew me into wanting to play this game, because as a former barista myself, I love making latte art. So making latte art in this game is actually a little bit trickier than one might think. I actually find the controls hard to manage, and the game kind of expects you to actually know what it's like to make an actual latte art, because it kind of lets you work with the gravity. You get to kind of toggle up and down as you draw the shape of the latte art that you would like to do. And as someone who actually knows how to make latte art in real life, I actually failed a bunch of times, and I don't think I'm gonna get any better. Also, did I mention the music for this game? Lo-fi hip-hop, study with me, jazz music that we all love. And they actually provide you with this Spotify-like app that lets you control what music you want to play next, which I thought that was pretty neat. Coffeetalk is kind of similar to the format of Valhalla. You get to make some drinks, talk to some customers, and it also lets you be immersed in this dystopian world. Occasionally I reference 4chan memes here and there, and it's definitely more edgy and internet meme heavy. The big difference between the two is Coffeetalk is more relaxed and less internet meme, if you will. So yeah, if you're a fan of bartending games but you haven't found that right chill vibes for you, well, you might want to check out Coffeetalk. Playing this game actually made me feel like I traveled back in time serving coffee to weird people.
And getting underpaid.
The art style of the game is definitely one of my favorites so far. It's this high-bit pixel art with a super retro feel to it. The colors are really vibrant and warm, especially in the coffee shop, emulating this cozy coffee shop feel. Each character is designed with such detail. I absolutely loved seeing different creatures and characters and how their personality and stories tie in with who they are. Coming into this game, I actually wasn't expecting to like it as much, but after playing it for a couple hours, I was immediately immersed by the world and surprisingly found myself enjoying each customer's individual story. Coffeetalk is not only about coffee making. This game deals with social, political issues, work-life balance, burnout, and so much more. I would say that this game is more of a visual novel than your average pick-your-adventure game. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I highly recommend Coffeetalk. Like, comment, subscribe, and until then, this has been Indie Heads. I'm your host, Jamie, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm still here. Bye.